Yeah, YouTube family and the Maverick in the space again. Still, the best and most credible opinion. Still fear and fearless analysis. I know the Maverick are ready. From the news popping, my brain ain't stopping. Alright, so the latest episode in the big bad SSL saga. It moved from, picking up some former executives, one of them, surrendering himself, and then now the thing reached multiple charges laid against these 3 former SSL executives. Mr. Hugh Croskrey, the founding director, his daughter, Sarah Meany, and of course, former CEO, Mr. Zachary Harding. And them, they are the center of this latest episode. Each of them slapped with specific charges. And here the Maverick are going to know. Because automatically, may have some common sense question we ask. PhD or law degree question, common sense question. So, me understand say it's over a dozen charges. But listen to these specific charges when we are going to ask the questions about. Each has been charged with fraudulently inducing persons to invest. That's one. Failure to register a company carrying on business in Jamaica. Carrying on a securities business without a dealer's license. Failure to apply to the FSC, that is the Financial Services Commission, to be registered duly for securities issued. You see me, I read them slow and meticulously. And then now there's another one, breaches of the Banking Service Act. Now, them are just the 5 pertinent one them where the Maverick want to apply some common sense to. See? And by the way, all of them out on bail over the weekend. Now, man, if a common criminal, when you go to prison on public holiday or weekend, you know, see bail till Monday morning. But anyway, Uptown privilege that. Alright, so, listen to the Maverick common sense question now. This SSL scandal broke out publicly in 2023. I think early 2023. You know, the FSC though, the government's regulatory body, had SSL under its radar from 2017. That was 6 years before the thing come public, when Usain Bolt names start call and people start panic and head start hurt. 6 full years. And the first common sense question is, so SSL was allowed to continue to run as an unregulated entity for 7 years? For 7 years? By which government agency and which ministry allowed this? Remember, let me just jump back through them again. Fraudulently inducing persons to invest. Failure to register a company carrying on the business in Jamaica. Carrying on a securities business without a dealer's license. Failure to apply to FSC, So this company was allowed to take people money. Billions and billions of Jamaican dollars. I think the last count was like 5 billion Jamaican dollars. So the US equivalent. That's the last count, Remember, it's still a count, And they were allowed to continue to operate for 6 years before the thing blew up. And it's that time now, some little shuffling going on. So the government regulators, obviously, under the auspices of, I think it would be the finance ministry, if I'm not mistaken. But correct me if I'm wrong. But the government allowed this Ponzi scheme, this Uptown Ponzi scheme, to run unregulated, unregistered, not even an application was made for 6 years. And where are the people being held accountable for that aspect of the slackness here? Where them there? Where them name? Who did in charge of the ministry? Who did in charge of the FSC? Where the question and answer session for them people in there. One other common sense question again. Now, people in Jamaica who interact with the financial sector have to start wonder now, which other financial company offering financial services now in the formal sector, how much of them out there are run unregulated without even an application for the requisite license for the specialists, for offer specialist services like collect people money and invest it? Or SSL was just a privileged connected one who know the right people at the right time? Some of them questions that me ask, I know the answer. A lot of this, I'm going to use one common sense word. A lot of this is called interconnectivity. See it? Interconnectivity. Just use a common sense and you understand what it means. The right people know the right people and the right set of people and the right set of friends. I mean, have to seize this opportunity, to big up the most honorable Prime Minister Brogan. I know he was a fairly big investor in a SSL. But he had that kind of, financial telepathy. To realize, something wrong. And timely pull out the money. Or was it that, I don't know, because I'm the Prime Minister, I'm the boss, I don't know. Somebody push a little note and I'm door and say, boss, take out your one, because that not good over there, Was it that the Prime Minister was financially astute and, as me say, had some kind of brainstorm or telepathy, or just had a dream about SSL and just run go take out the money? Timely extraction of him one before it collapsed with everybody one, including that of the sprint legend Usain St. Leopold. And how many other people, how many other investors in a SSL had those notes slipped under them door, or had the kind of financial telepathy, that it name? If you dream one night, say this particular company I got in some problem and just go take out for them all. But you're sorry for people like Bolt, but you know say Bolt in a position to make back him money. In fact, as we say in my previous episode, Bolt literally get back free money around the corner already. Or get back a portion of it, or on his way to getting back substantial portion of his money. But are the little people them, the retirees, the old ladies, the old men who put them life saving in this brown people Ponzi scheme. And them is right now. Nobody never push no note under for them door. Them never go sleep in a Jamaica house and get a telepathic vision. So go take your money out of SSL because it a go cash. Them people in our suck salt through a wooden spoon. 7 years was supposed to be getting them out in order for 7 years. And they were allowed to continue to collect people money to the tune of 5 billion, which is 5,000 million Jamaican dollars, without the requisite application for them license. Is this arrogance or interconnectivity? You know what I say? When we do the last episode, when the latest SAGA bus, we did have a bet with you, You remember the bet? When we have the night? You remember the bet? Go back and look on the last SAGA. We did bet something. And the bet remains on the table. One Maverick. Where is the lie? Remember the bet, The bet is still on the table. All you see I go on, All you see I go on. Remember saying, interconnectivity. Jamaica this. Jamaica this. Them take with the idiot, But you know, the Jamaican people are not idiot, though. But what we do, we have a high level of tolerance. And when some people feel like them and take the people and feel that, the people them are not idiot. Them just have a high level of tolerance. And me not think them love chaos. So them tolerate and them look and them observe. And then they make them choices. And that's with Jamaica. Anyway, you have me read out the charge again, in case you miss it. Fraudulently inducing persons to invest. Failure to register a company carrying on business in Jamaica. Carrying on a securities business without a dealer's license. Failure to apply to the FSC. To be registered for securities issued. And of course, breaches of the Banking Service Act. For 7 years, this brown people, Uptown Ponzi scheme was allowed to operate like this, fleecing Jamaicans of them hard-earned money. And the Mavericks bet still stands. See there? Bet. See better, man. Go back and look for my previous episode and just look on the night and look what the bet was. What Maverick? What Maverick out of you?